10 countries that will pay you to marry and live there. You may have heard of people paying to get hitched just to gain citizenship, but did you know there are countries willing to pay to get married instead? From South Korea searching for men to save their dwindling population to the Hungarian government offering generous rewards for newborns, these countries are doing whatever it takes to attract foreigners to settle down. Let's explore 10 countries that will pay you to live there and potentially marry their women. South Korea, home of Samsung, K-pop and crazy fast internet. This place is a technological powerhouse. But behind the glitz and glam, South Korea is facing a massive problem, a shrinking population. In 2022, the average number of babies a South Korean woman was expected to have dropped to a shocking 0.78, the lowest globally. To counter this, the South Korean government is pulling out all the stops. Think cash incentives, housing subsidies, and even free childcare for couples willing to get hitched and have babies. They're literally paying people to start families. If you're looking for a cultural adventure and the chance to start a family with some serious government support, South Korea might be your ticket. Imagine raising your kids in a country where high-speed internet is a given, education is top-notch, and the food is incredible. Plus, you could be part of the solution to a national crisis. Next up, we're headed to the land of the rising sun, Japan. Japan is known for its efficiency, unique culture, and aging population. With a life expectancy topping the charts and a birth rate hitting record lows, Japan is in dire need of young blood. So what's a country to do? Offer some pretty sweet incentives to attract foreigners. We're talking financial assistance, help with finding a place to live, and support with navigating Japanese society. Japan has its own unique set of challenges, from a demanding work culture to a language barrier. But if you're up for the challenge and looking for a chance to immerse yourself in a rich and rewarding culture, Japan might be the place for you. Imagine exploring ancient temples, mastering the art of calligraphy, and maybe even finding love along the way. Plus, with the government's support, starting a family in Japan could be a lot easier than you think. From the bustling streets of Tokyo, we're now jetting off to the land of pasta, pizza, and population decline. You heard that right. Italy, the country that practically invented romance, is facing a demographic dilemma. Young people are leaving rural areas in droves, heading for the big cities, leaving behind picturesque villages and empty houses. The Italian government has a plan. They're offering grants of up to €30,000 to anyone brave enough to embrace small-town Italy. You could get paid to live in a charming Italian village, sip espresso in the piazza, and maybe even find love with a local. Imagine waking up to the smell of freshly baked bread, strolling through vineyards, and learning the ancient art of pasta making from a nonna. With the government's financial help, you could renovate that crumbling farmhouse you've always dreamed of and live the Italian dream. Be prepared to brush up on your Italian, navigate the quirks of Italian bureaucracy, and adjust to a slower pace of life. Chapter 4: Singapore, where love is in the air and in your wallet. We're about to touch down in Singapore, a futuristic city-state that's as efficient as it is exciting. Singapore might be a tiny island nation, but it's a global powerhouse in finance, technology, and encouraging its citizens to get hitched. Singapore's facing a low birth rate, and they're not taking it lying down. They're offering a whole buffet of incentives to encourage couples to say I do and start families. Imagine getting married and suddenly you're swimming in government perks. We're talking bigger housing loans, priority access to government housing flats, and enough tax breaks to make even your accountant blush. And if that wasn't enough, they even throw in a cash bonus when you have a baby. With these incentives, it becomes a lot more affordable to build a life and a family in Singapore. Chapter 5, Spain, sun, sangria and subsidies. Get ready for some tapas and sunshine because we're heading to Spain. Spain is facing a demographic decline, with an aging population and young people leaving rural areas. The Spanish government has a plan luring people to its picturesque villages with promises of financial support and a taste of the good life. We're talking cash incentives, income supplements, and even help with finding a job. You could get paid to live in a sun-drenched Spanish village, learn to flamenco dance, and indulge in all the paella your heart desires. With the government's financial assistance, you could finally afford that siesta-filled lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Be prepared to adjust to a different pace of life, learn the language, and embrace the Spanish way of doing things. Chapter 6. Greece, live the island life and get paid for it. We're about to land in Greece, the land of ancient ruins, crystal clear waters, and a shrinking population. You heard that right. Greece is facing a demographic challenge. The Greek government is offering financial incentives to families willing to relocate to one of its less populated islands, like the stunning Antikythera. We're talking a monthly stipend for the first 3 years, help with finding a job, and a chance to live in paradise. Imagine waking up to the sound of waves, spending your days swimming in turquoise waters, and dining on fresh seafood under the stars. With the government's financial support, you could finally escape the rat race and embrace the laid-back Greek lifestyle. Be prepared for a slower pace of life, limited job opportunities, and the occasional bout of island fever. Chapter 7. Germany. Free education and romance. Sign me up. Next stop, Germany, a country known for its precision engineering, its rich history, and its openness to foreigners. Germany might not be handing out cash bonuses for getting married, but they've got something even better, a whole system designed to make life easier for families and attract skilled workers. Imagine moving to Germany, falling in love with a local, and living in a country with free tuition for higher education, a strong social safety net, and universal healthcare. Your kids can go to university without drowning in debt. You've got access to affordable healthcare, and you can enjoy that legendary German work-life balance. Learning German is pretty much non-negotiable if you want to truly integrate into German society, but think of it as a fun challenge. Chapter 8. Get ready for some breathtaking scenery because we're about to land in New Zealand, the land of hobbits, stunning landscapes, and a housing shortage. You heard that right. New Zealand is facing a housing crisis, especially in its larger cities. They're offering land and housing packages to attract skilled workers to smaller towns, and they're actively campaigning to recruit people from overseas. Imagine building your dream home in a country with a relaxed vibe, stunning natural beauty, and a work-life balance that would make even the most stressed-out city dweller envious. Be prepared for a remote location, a limited job market in some areas, and the occasional earthquake. Chapter 9. We're about to land in China, the world's most populous country and a land of ancient traditions, rapidly modernizing cities and surprisingly a shrinking population in some areas. China might not be the first place that comes to mind when you think of countries encouraging marriage, but they're facing their own set of demographic challenges, particularly in rural areas. China offers a mix of financial rewards and social incentives to encourage couples to tie the knot. We're talking cash gifts for brides under 25, housing and economic benefits for couples willing to settle in rural towns, and even matchmaking services. Imagine getting married and receiving a little red envelope from the government filled with enough yuan to kickstart your life together. Chapter 10. Get ready for some hearty stews and stunning architecture because we're heading to Hungary, a country known for its thermal baths, its rich history, and its determination to boost its birth rate. Hungary is facing a demographic decline. They're tackling it head-on with a plan called the Family Protection Action Plan, packed with incentives designed to encourage Hungarians to get married and have more children. We're talking subsidized loans for families, with portions forgiven for each child born, generous tax benefits for families with multiple children, and even state-funded IVF treatments. Imagine buying your dream home with a low-interest loan from the government, watching your family grow and knowing that you've got a supportive system in place. And there you have it, folks. 10 countries that are willing to pay you to marry and live there, from cash incentives to housing subsidies and everything in between. These countries are pulling out all the stops to attract new residents and boost their populations. So whether you're looking for love in the land of kimchi or dreaming of starting a family in a charming Italian village, there's a country out there that's ready to welcome you with open arms. Don't forget to leave a like and share this video with your friends who might be interested in finding love and a new home abroad. And please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing content.